and you're watching bollywoodhangama.com.
We have with us hugely popular, best-selling author, Chetan Bhagat. Wonderful to have you back on Bollywood Hangama.
Thanks, Arjun. Nice to meet you again.
Chetan's next novel, Two States, is coming out shortly, and Three Idiots, starring Amir Khan, is inspired from Chetan's first book, 5 Point Someone. First of all, something about Two States. It's your new novel, fourth novel in fact, and coming out on 9th October. What is it all about?
Basically inspired from my real life. Two States refers to, it's a love story about a boy and a girl who are from different states of India. The boy is from Punjabi, like me, and the girl is Tamilian, like my wife, Anusha actually. Although it is not my story, but it's inspired by the difficulties both of us faced in getting this love marriage, because parents in India don't want you to marry outside your community. So it's just a fun read, and it is a very common occurrence in India anyway.
And I was talking to Chetan earlier as well that it's a perfect script for a Hindi film, and there are chances that it will be made into a Hindi film as well. What exactly do you have in mind over there?
Actually, Faridun, what happens is that now that I know a lot of people in the industry, I have many friends who I give the book to before it gets published, just to get feedback, and many filmmakers read it and they had a lot of interest.
What are the names?
I cannot tell names. They are good friends. See, it's very easy casting wise, because it's boy-girl love story, which is standard format, and it's a comedy, and it's a feel-good, and it's very relatable stories. We had Ek Duje Ke Liye, which was 25 years back, and it's a more funnier take than that was a little dark, like tragic ending. This is a happy ending story. So I think there is a lot of filmmaking potential here.
Your last book, Three Mistakes of My Life, it's a runaway success as far as the numbers go, and apparently Three Mistakes of My Life will be made into a film by Farhan Akhtar's
Excel Entertainment.
Excel Entertainment, and it will be directed by Abhishek Kapoor, the director of Rock On.
Yeah, it is currently kind of working on in the adaptation of, and it's a very exciting project because it is Abhishek Kapoor whose next movie after Rock On, so it's a huge anticipation of that. The story itself is very youth-centric again. Excel Entertainment is excelling at youth stories of India, right from Dil Chahta, and Ritesh Sidhwani and Farhan Akhtar both read it and they loved it, and we are working on adapting it. The expectations tend to be very high when it's a bestseller, when it's Excel, when it's coming from the Rock On guy. So we have to make sure that the script and everything is in very, very good shape.
There is a lot of regards to Three Idiots in terms of that generally there's a buzz in the media that it is based on 5 Point Someone written by you. But we've been reading interviews of Raju Hirani, and I read recently that Three Idiots is only 5% of what 5 Point Someone is.
Somehow the number 5 is very common.
5 Point Someone. So how do you react to such stories or not?
I have never spoken about Three Idiots. It's partly what the production team requested. That's their style of working. In fact, if you find even they haven't spoken much about Three Idiots. Only now, like 8 weeks to release, Raju started giving some interviews. They like to keep the everything very quiet till it's fully done. This was like my first rights sale, so we are talking 4 years back. In fact, we met through Vidya Balan, which is another long story. But
they bought the rights from you?
They bought the rights from me, and they were working on the film adaptation. I was at Hong Kong at that time, but I used to come, say, every month or every 2 months, and I think every time I used to come, I used to spend time with Raju. And Raju is the kind of guy who does a lot of research, so he used to ask me lots of questions about IIT, about the education system, recording sometimes.
He recorded your whatever he said.
He has this little dictaphone, and I met Abhijat several times. I took Abhijat to IIT Bombay, set up meetings in IIT Delhi for Raju with one of my old professors, actual professors. And he started shaping this story, and he felt that to make a big pan-Indian movie, he needs to change the plot. Although he loved the characters, he loved the setting, and he loved the message. The soul of the book, which is the message about creativity and the education system, is the same. So what percentage of your body is your soul? You can say it's 1% or you can say it's 99%. I don't know if that's the right way to look at it. What Raju, I think, is a little bit concerned is that that book has become a cult book, and every scene of that book is famous. Three Idiots doesn't have that kind of a format. It is not a Xerox copy of the book at all. It does have these 3 characters, it does have a professor's daughter, it does have engineering college, creativity, all that is there. But he doesn't want the fans of Chetan Bhagat, which now are in the millions, to go there and say, hey, what is that? So he wants to set the expectation right. And so there is credit to the book, because that is the basic premise, because without the book, Raju I think himself says that without this book, the Three Idiots couldn't have been made. But the characters, the setting, the ethos the kind of thinking why this film was made and why the book was written is the same.
Are the scenes recreated as well by any chance?
Scenes are recreated because the plot is different. Some scenes are same.
Have you seen the film once it has been
I
made?
have not, because it's not fully yet made. It's still kind of being the final. I just feel for even there's no point. The film will be on screens. It'll be one of the widest releases. I will, after 2 states, talk about it, but it's not required. The book is there, very popular, and the movie is there. So people will make their own judgments. Raju had narrated the full script to me 2-3 times actually of what he was planning to make. I said it is nice. And I think it's a much tighter screenplay. And he's not trying to compete with the book. He's not trying to make it that different from the book. He just wants to make sure that the viewer goes in with the right expectation.
And what do you have to say about Amir Khan? Apparently, Amir is playing Ryan's character in the film. But Ryan didn't get the girl in the novel. And apparently, he's shooting for a number with Kareena Kapoor.
Personally, I feel I'm really blessed that people are so curious about this film.
I've read the book and Ryan is a fantastic character. It's very energetic, it's very dynamic, it wants to do something different in terms of education system. And the grades are not
I think he's called Rancho in the film, the person, so it's not technically Ryan. It is again based on that, but I am under a confidentiality clause to not reveal what is in 3 Idiots. And I don't think it's fair. But yes, Ryan is a really cool guy, and the cool guy in 3 Idiots is Amir. Of course it's going to be Amir.
And there's an actor from America as well.
There is another actor, Raju got, Kareena there is Mona Singh. 5 Point Someone still requires a certain upper middle class sensibility. Raju's audience is Munna Bhai audience, which could be auto drivers to anybody. So Raju wanted to make sure the story is even more simplified, even more pan-Indian, and it really, makes the same point, but makes it to a lot more people. So I don't know about the 5% or 10%. I don't know. There is a book and there is a film which has been derived from the book. It has changed a lot in the derivation process. But you make pudis or chapati or you make bread. Atta is the base. So how similar is a pudi to atta? Maybe not at all. So I think that's the thing. Or the way I sometimes say it is, I've written a recipe book. People cook it in the kitchen. Whatever they have done, I am not going to watch over everything. But without the recipe book, you can't do this. And without the atta, you can't make the pudi.
That was Chetan Bhagat talking about his next book, 2 States, which is releasing shortly. And he has also said everything that he had to say about 3 Idiots, the film which is inspired by his novel, 5 Point Someone. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hangama, and best wishes for your novel and all your film endeavors that you're going to be doing. Thank you very much.